Today on Drawbli,
I am getting back in the swing of things.
Hey, I'm Ben.
And I'm Abby.
And we are drawing together because art is better with friends.
So click that subscribe button if you're new around here.
And check out our daily drawing guidebook, link below. Abby, you're getting back in the swing of things.
Yeah.
Have you not been swinging much?
This hasn't been a swing season, you know? I've been working a little more, dealing with some car troubles, so there's been a little less opportunity to draw. But the day I sat down to draw this and the other things, I just was like excited to get back into it.
You say that you're getting back in the swing of things. And I know for a fact that you did just go swing dancing. So it's pretty interesting that you use that.
I took a jitterbug class.
A little jitterbug?
Yeah, one night out of 3.
And how did your jitterbug class go?
It was really nice. It was really in depth. I think I always thought that it came with the territory of being homeschooled to have taken swing dance lessons. But surprisingly, actually, you haven't taken swing dance lessons.
And I was very famously, homeschooled for 6 years.
Yes, I was homeschooled for more than that, and it shows. And no, I'm kidding. In the best of all ways.
Right.
But it was really fun. I went with a few friends, and we ranged from my level of experience, which is, we hired a teacher in the basement of the building we were in, and they taught us swing dancing for a month, or no dance experience at all. Caleb said, I've done the Cupid Shuffle.
The Cupid Shuffle. So you have some swing dancing experience.
Uh-huh.
Like, how would you, on a scale of 1 to 10?
Honestly, a 2, because people can take that really far and be really good at it.
All right.
I know the basic steps. I can do a little turn. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got the beginner stuff down.
Yeah, I got it, but it was a great class for really solidifying the beginner stuff, really improving your form.
Well, speaking of beginner stuff, you're doing a lot more than beginner stuff with this drawing.
Thank you.
It looks awesome.
I'm trying to incorporate some of the hatching to show form that I was studying in Chris Riddle's work.
Yeah.
The line artist who I have idolized since I was a young adult.
I really enjoyed watching your study of that.
Yeah. So you can see a little bit along her nose. I've got that fine line work that I don't remember if I keep that in, but I'm trying to figure out, I'm always trying to figure out how to better blend line work with painting. And that is such a challenge. And it's such a challenge that, just to go over them both again, after I drew this girl, I drew this other girl twice. And the first time I just put paint onto canvas with really textured splotchy brushes.
No lines at all?
Yeah, and then I drew her again with lines. And we're going to see that next here after I draw this girl. But I really like this girl, how she ended up. I thought her hair was really fun, and it was fun putting in her makeup.
I love your lines so much, and I think they're such a huge part of your style. I think you have a lot of good experience with lines. So I hope that you keep using them.
I think I will, if it's not broke, But
It's a lot better than not broke.
Thank you. I will keep using them. But it's also really, really fun to experiment with different, methodologies of painting directly onto the canvas. That's all of them, right?
That's all the
selection
possible
tool.
methods of creating artwork.
Yeah. I do struggle with this headband here, this amalgamous fabric area. I felt kind of lost in that.
Yeah,
but
just drawing something new. You've never done anything like that before.
Yeah, and there was a lot of ways this could have, I think, improved. But, as sometimes you just draw as a daily sketch just to get things rolling, and it doesn't matter if it's not perfect or beautiful.
Was this a daily sketch?
This was done in a day.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was probably all I drew that day. And then these two, I think one was one day and the other was another day.
So this is the one that you drew twice.
Yes, and I actually really enjoyed this initial process.
Whoa, this is cool.
I'm using one brush, and I'm actually not swapping color that often. It's, I think it's actually one of your spellbook brushes that really changes color pretty dramatically. So that was kind of fun to use just in different values to get this look. And unfortunately, I'm so uncomfortable with this process that I blended all this looking at this now, I'm I should have just left it the way it was. I love this. I blend all this back out.
Oh, that's okay.
All this
it's
beautiful
cool.
brushwork that I'm really enjoying and finding very interesting.
It is very
By the
interesting.
end, I'm just muddy. It goes.
Which brush is this?
I don't remember. But it is in your spell book, and
Okay.
it is wonderful. I really enjoyed using it. So I may try this again later on and just be a little less heavy with the blending and see what I can do.
I think, yeah, it was looking super cool, really interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to review mentally some of the MedMaps course about like trying to do the most you can with the largest brushstroke, and then for smaller areas using smaller brushstrokes as necessary, but like starting large and working small. I think I'm still really prone to starting small, and I don't think that
Yeah,
helps me
I
in
noticed
creating
that.
correct areas of focus, because then the focus really jumps around.
I've found for myself that creating small areas is really hard to get like something that looks proportionally okay. Yet somehow you still manage to do it pretty well.
Oh, it's all that laser printer style of work I've
Well,
always done.
I guess it just comes down to like you practice it a lot, kind of, you know?
Yeah, like relationships between like where does that nostril end versus the beginning of the ear curve versus the beginning of the cheekbone versus the corner of the eye, like measuring those against one another constantly and still getting something that looks, not exactly on. Like it was still kind of off to me.
I think it's super cool. I think, yeah, it definitely suffers from over blending.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that you could go back in and fix.
I think you're right. One thing I wish I had that you get really well is just a very sharp clarity. All of my edges I've left here pretty soft. I also wonder, do you ever wonder, you probably don't experience this, my contact lenses are honestly on their last leg, and it takes me back to the one drawing class I took in high school
You've mentioned this before.
where I hadn't yet,
You didn't know you had bad vision.
I didn't know I had subpar vision. I didn't have bad vision, not
You
bad enough.
actually still don't have that bad of vision.
Exactly.
You've told me your prescription
But everything
before.
I drew at that time, like when I was trying to be realistic, it had like fuzzy lines on it because I drew in the fuzzy lines.
I don't know how old your contact lenses are, but it sounds like you need to replace them.
I think I do. I've been struggling with them yesterday and today, and I don't know. I'm such a
Do you know how-
Midwesterner. I have such
how
a
old
waste
they
not,
are?
want not.
Oh, you have no idea. My dad will wear his contact lenses, like a month-long contact lenses, for 3 to 6 months.
They just don't seem to hold up that well. Like,
And he does he treats them like garbage.
yeah.
Dad, if you're listening to this right now, go change your contact lenses.
Well, as a makeup wearer too, somebody who wears mascara and sometimes eyeliner, I think it's also my contacts are up against that because they do get like, if you look at my contact lens case, I have to like really deep clean it once in a while because like makeup will build up on the edges, and I'm like, how does that work? That's gross.
you also have that going against you.
Yeah.
As a man that doesn't wear makeup, yes,
I do think that ages my contacts.
I do have that benefit.
This was my favorite part, honestly, drawing her in with lines. I loved doing this.
I think the drawing looks awesome.
I loved doing the drawing. Honestly, and I tried drawing with more like stylized, expressive eyes, but I drew this on like a separate little like splash of the background color to see if I liked
see
it.
that.
I didn't end up liking them, but that's why I drew them on their own like layer with, I was like,
Ooh, okay.
my original eyes
I
actually.
mean, the original eyes are heavily stylized as well.
I know. So I went back to them because I'm like, they're better.
That's more of a normal, Abby eye that I've seen many times.
Which one?
The one that you have currently.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I wonder what a normal now you got me wondering, like,
Oh, just the, typical Abby style, the typical Abby fashion.
yeah.
Very flowy, beautiful lines.
Yeah. I always think my eyes are lacking something that I'm always chasing and trying to improve them with. They tend to be, I don't know. I think I want to work on adding dimension to eyes that don't have a lot of value in them, like don't have paint on them, if that makes sense. Because my eyes just drawn tend to read a little flat to me, but I don't know. I'll ponder it. It probably needs some like, I would probably do well by doing a few studies on artists who create eyes that I admire.
That would probably help, but I think you do a really good job with eyes. You've mentioned many times that you like my eyes, but I really like the way you do.
Well, thank
yours,
you.
so.
Yeah, I like the cleanliness of your work. Your work tends to be very like sharp and clean, and not muddy and not scribbly, and I always appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, you are you have told me many times, and I know for a fact that my lines are very scribbly.
Your lines are a little chicken scratchy, like fuzzy up close, but once you back it all out and once you do your overpainting too, then it looks just really sharp. Yes. No, you can't. I
don't
refute
think you can see the forest for the trees.
That's probably true.
And you can't see your own beautiful tree that you're growing right here.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so of these two, I think the second one definitely turned out better, and that probably has to do also with having drawn it twice.
I was going to say, do you think that's because this is your second time drawing it, or do you think it's because of the different process?
Probably a little bit of both.
This is the way you normally paint, right?
Yeah, this is more like my normal go-to methodology, which I was, not displeased with. I really very intentionally said at the very beginning I'm getting back in the swing of things because I wasn't super impressed with myself on any of these. I know I'm capable of creating things that have a little bit more higher quality.
I think these look really good.
Thank you.
I think this one in particular is super cool.
And here they are side by side, just so you can kind of see.
Yeah, that second one is so much better.
Yeah, it is. It is, surprisingly. And I really do regret blending out the first one so much. I wish I had left it with that dramatic, that was color
cool.
shift.
That was cool.
And I may try doing that again sometime because that was super fun to do.
When I'm struggling with blending, what I do is I pretty much just don't blend at all.
Oh, really?
That's my go-to answer. I'm like, I can't figure this out. I'll just leave it.
That's funny. And if you want to figure this out or just leave it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
And check out our guidebook, How to Easily Draw Every Day, at the link below in the description.
And this is the part where we say...
Goomba.
Goodbye. I didn't draw her earrings in the first one either.
Oh.
That's how you know I was more into the
gosh.
second one, as I went ahead and added the earrings, and the accessories all look better.
You gotta add the earrings.
Yes. Earrings make or break it.
Big improvement from A to B.
Thanks.
Nice job.